Hello, my dear spectators, and have a beautiful day with this days today years ago. I am ShivankarI P Thankachi, and I will be your host for the day, or rather the day of July 24th. Today, we live in a world where impartiality and equality is common, right? But can you believe that years ago, or rather decades ago, this wasn't possible? And that power and victory was only based on gender and not caliber? But right now, we live in a world where men and women are given equal wages for equal work, when they can do the same job, when they can participate in the same event, or they can participate and win in the same competition. Sometimes men and women work together, sometimes they compete. They are the wheels of a chariot, and they cannot go on without one another. But society believed that men are far more superior than women years ago. And it took lots of pioneering women to change it into the world that today is right now. And today, years ago, one such woman pioneer who changed the lives of many other women and was instrumental to the founding of the 99ers, the Women Aviators Association, was born, who would later become the world record holder for becoming the very first woman to cross the Atlantic Ocean by airplane. Yes. Today is the birth anniversary of the famous aviator Amelia Earhart. Amelia Mary Earhart, or so her name goes, was born in Kansas, USA in July 24th, today, years ago in 1897. Amelia, of course, just like all the other women in that place, lived oppressed and depressed, and she was shut down. All her dreams were shut down by the society, but not in her home. When she was young, she definitely wanted to become an aviator or a pilot, something like that. And society repeated herself to shut that dream down. But her loving family, her mother and father, never said that. In fact, they made sure that their darling daughter had everything she needed to become a pilot or an aviator and encouraged her all the way through her life, as long as they were alive. You see, Amelia, who had been depressed and oppressed for so long by the society, was enlightened and impressed and inspired by this new encouragement, and she loved her parents from the bottom of her heart, and she started working for becoming an aviator, not just for herself or her dreams, but for her parents. And so she did. She became one of the first women aviators of the world back then, let alone Kansas, USA. She and her trusty biplane was found in the air often, riding around and circling over. And one day, in 1927, she became the first ever woman passenger to cross the Atlantic Ocean. Now, Amelia Earhart loved adventure, and when she heard that she was a world record holder and record breaker, she was astounded. Me, a world record breaker? But then, the spirit of adventure started calling out to her, and she liked the sensation of becoming a world record holder. And so, she decided to break another world record. And soon, in the 1930s, she flew in her biplane. And when she came back with not a scar to show it, she became a celebrity. How? Well, she was the first ever women aviator, or rather women in general, all over the world to cross the Atlantic Ocean by airplane, or rather a biplane. Then Amelia Earhart became a celebrity. When she was young, she always wanted to do something about women's rights in her community, country, society, and the world back then, as she knew that women in that society were born and brought up to do chores in a household. That wasn't right, she thought. And soon, she and many other women pioneers started the 99ers, a foundation for women aviators. And soon, she started talking, she started preaching, she started sermoning, she started working for the rights of women. She made sure that every woman she met lived life to its fullest and enjoyed it, whether it be household or their dreams. Whatever they're doing, they should never be deprived of rights, but derived from rights. She often said, "Ladies, when fighting for rights, never fight for equal rights. Fight for more rights. Only then will you get equal right and enjoyment, just as the others." But soon, the spirit of adventure started calling her again, and this time in 1937. And soon, she decided to follow the call of adventure, or rather the spirit of adventure, and it said that Amelia Earhart should be the very first woman to circumnavigate around the globe in an airplane. And so she, her trusty biplane, the Spirit of Adventure, and her navigator, Fred Noonan, set off to circumnavigate the world. And so they were last seen in Leh, where they would have stopped for refreshment or relaxation or rest. Then they set off, never to be seen again. On July 2, 1930s, in 1938, their biplane and themselves went missing, and not a single radar could find them. People looked far and wide, under the sea, over the sea, in the land, in the trees, in the air, everywhere. But Fred Noonan, Amelia Earhart, and their plane, they were missing. Some people said that all four of them, including Fred Noonan, Amelia Earhart, the Spirit of Adventure, and their biplane, all sank down, down, down into the sea. And on January 5th, 1939, all four of them, or rather Amelia Earhart or Fred Noonan, were declared dead in absentia when none of their remains or the remains of their biplane could be found anywhere. But Amelia Earhart continues to live, but not through her body or through her biplane, but through us, the gutsy women or people of the earth right now. We make sure that Amelia Earhart lives through us, and her message lives through us as well, that when we fight for rights, never fight for equal rights, fight for more rights. Only then we will get equal rights. Thank you and have a great day.